Hi, and welcome to Miss Pam Reads. Today we are reading The Pout-Pout Fish and the Can't Sleep Blues. This is by Deborah Diesen with pictures by Hanna. Pout-Pout Fish. Oh, let's go make sure we got it high enough for everybody to see. There we go. The Pout-Pout Fish and the Can't Sleep Blues by Deborah Diesen. Pictures by Hanna. Late one quiet evening in the inky ocean deep, Mr. Fish blubbed, "Oh, I can't get to sleep." His mind was fizzy busy, and his fins were full of vim. Though he wanted to be dozing, there were 0 Z's for him. I can't drop into dreamland. I can't slide into snooze. I'm wide awake. It's hard to take the can't sleep blues. A sleepy voice spoke softly. "Need some tips?" inquired Mr. Clam. "Just watch and see, and soon you'll be as drowsy as I am. Smooth your seaweed bedding, then imagine fluffy sheep. Count them 1 to 20, and then presto, fall asleep." Mr. Fish took the advice, but he couldn't catch a snooze. "Miss Clam, I need more help." Miss Clam replied, "Zzz." She's sleeping. Then a sleepy voice spoke softly. "Here's an even better fix. You will love," said Mr. Crab, "all my get-to-sleep quick tricks. Just put on purple PJs and 5 or 6 orange socks. Then soothe your busy thinking on a pillow made of rocks." Mr. Fish took the advice, but he couldn't catch a snooze. "Mr. Crab, what now?" Mr. Crab replied, "Zzz." He's sleeping. Then a sleepy voice spoke softly. "Here is what I would suggest. Guaranteed," said Mr. Eel, "to yield a pleasant night's rest. First, ripple to the left, then ripple to the right. Next, swirl in a circle. Swoosh, swoosh, nighty-night." Mr. Fish took the advice, but he couldn't catch a snooze. "Mr. Eel, what's the deal?" Mr. Eel replied, "What do you think?" Zzz. Then a sleepy voice spoke softly. "For your slumber in the sea, here's a plan," said Mrs. Squid, "that always does the trick for me. Just widen out your eyes and give 4 quick tiny blinks, then slowly close your lids. Automatic 40 winks." Mr. Fish took the advice, but he couldn't catch a snooze. "Mrs. Squid, more ideas?" Mrs. Squid replied, "Zzz." Then Mr. Fish heard nothing, just a symphony of snore. He still couldn't sleep. He felt worse than before. I took all of their suggestions, which I followed to a T. Their methods worked for them, but they did not work for me. I don't know what to do. He sank down in the kelp. What good is good advice? It does not always help. Then a sparkly voice emerged. "Mr. Fish, you're partly right." The voice was dear Miss Shimmer's. Her smile was kind and bright. "But take what you've been given and learn what you've tried. Then build your own solution. Trust yourself as a guide." "The best advice of all," said Miss Shimmer to her friend, "is to learn what works for you and make your own special blend." With that, she said good night and departed from the scene. Now Mr. Fish was ready to create his own routine. I'll settle in my spot. I'll smooth my seaweed bed. I'll smooch my snoozy snugly. Then I'll clear my busy head. I'll swoosh in gentle motion in the ocean wide and deep. I'll close my eyes, fins tucked in, and drift right off to sleep. Mr. Fish had tried his best to resolve his can't sleep blues. Mr. Fish, how'd it go? Mr. Fish replied, Zzz. The end. Thank you for joining me for Miss PM Reads. Remember to subscribe to the channel so you'll get an update when a new story posts. Bye.